Good afternoon, Dunkirk and Fredonia listeners, and welcome to High Noon Friday, Fredonia's longest-running variety radio program, brought to you by WCVF 88.9 The Voice and WDVL 89.5 The Inferno. I'm Matt Gillespie.
And I'm Jackson DiCarlo. Today's episode is available streaming worldwide at fredoniaradio.com.
Coming up, we'll have local news, the weather, and the international news. But first, for campus news. Fredonia's Weekend Hangout Activities Club will host a weekend bingo night tomorrow, Saturday the 20th, at 7 p.m. in the Williams Center NPR. This is a great opportunity to hang out with some friends with a chance to win fabulous prizes. All throughout the weekend, a number of student recitals will be hosted virtually for all to attend. Each recital brings new and exciting music for you to experience, so be sure to check out the Fredonia events page online to check out all the recitals that you can attend.
Thank you, Matt. Today we have a wild game of trivia planned for you wonderful listeners, along with some fantastic segments such as The Weekly Chat, Dad Music, and Just the Facts.
Let's start out with our local news prepared by Topher Elkins and sports prepared by Josh Schmitt, along with weather updates prepared by Jules Hoepting. What's going on in the news, Topher?
In local news, our very own SUNY Fredonia is getting recognition for its music program once again. Intelligent.com has compiled a list of the 2021 best master's programs for music in the country, and SUNY Fredonia was ranked among the best. The site used a scoring system and assessed over 190 countrywide accredited universities and colleges. The scoring system was based on student engagement, potential return on investment, and leading third-party evaluations. Out of all SUNY schools, Fredonia is only one of 3 that made it into the top 50, and only one of 2 schools in Western New York that made the list.
Hello everyone, I'm Josh Schmitt here with your High Noon Friday sports update. In the NHL, the Buffalo Sabres fired their head coach Ralph Krueger on Wednesday and appointed assistant coach Don Granato as interim head coach. The team is currently on a 13-game losing streak with the trade deadline fastly approaching on April 12th. Looking around the league, the New York Rangers sought to find a coaching change as well as they fired all of their coaching staff at the NHL level just 3 hours prior to a matchup against the Philadelphia Flyers. The Rangers went on to win that game 9-0. NFL free agency is showing that the Bills won't be messing around this year. The team signed former second overall pick Mitch Trubisky to a 1-year, $2.5 million deal to back up Josh Allen. GM Brandon Beane is showing that he's looking for depth for a deep playoff run. In other free agency news, the Patriots continue their big spending ways by reuniting with linebacker Kyle Van Noy. The Patriots have brought in 12 new players this offseason, along with re-signing 6 others, including quarterback Cam Newton. In local sports news, Fredonia men's baseball and women's lacrosse will kick off their 2021 spring seasons tomorrow, March 20th at 12:30 and 1 in non-conference games against JCC and Allegheny, respectively. Fredonia women's softball will start their season on April 6th in a non-conference game against Alfred. For spring sports, this will be their first games in over almost a year. Go Blue Devils! You've been listening to your sports update on High Noon Friday on WCVF 88.9 The Voice and WDVL 89.5 The Inferno.
The Northern Chautauqua Weather Update, being brought to you by Fredonia Radio Systems.
Good afternoon, Fredonia. It's your weather girl here, Jules Hoepting, with your 5-day weather forecast. Do you crave some sunny, low breeze, 50, 60 degree days? Well, guess what? They are coming your way. I'm not kidding. Really, good weather is coming. It's happening, even if only temporarily. All right, today, sunny with a high near 36, breezy with a northeast wind 15 to 23 miles per hour. Tonight, clear with a low around 26. Northeast wind around 6 miles per hour, becoming calm in the evening. Tomorrow, sunny with a high near 48. Those gentle 5-mile-per-hour winds will continue to stroll on in. Tomorrow night, clear with a low around 28. Sunday, it's sunny with a high near 34. Sunday night, mostly clear with a low around 32. Monday, sunny with a high near 57. Monday night, mostly clear with a low around 36. And Tuesday, mostly sunny with a high near 59. Doesn't that just sound so awesome? I'm so excited. All right, well, that concludes your 5-day weather forecast, and let's bring it on back to your host.
Thanks, Topher, Josh, and Jules. We're going to dive right into our weekly segments. To start, here's Just the Facts.
Hi everyone, welcome to Just the Facts. My name is Chloe, and today we've got Hunter.
Hello.
And Alex.
Hello.
All right, this week we're going to talk about some movie facts. Hunter, would you please start us off?
I will.
Thank you.
So, you guys know the movie Scott Pilgrim?
Yeah,
I know of it.
yeah, I've seen it.
We'll get back to that.
Okay.
So, on the set of Scott Pilgrim, while filming, actors were not allowed to blink.
They weren't allowed to blink.
The director wanted to have more of a Japanese anime kind of feel. He took inspiration from that,
Yeah.
and he told them, don't blink. And they had to do multiple cuts.
Okay, interesting.
And do you know, like, when this movie was released?
2010, I believe.
Yeah, it was 2000s.
Because, like, I feel like when I watch anime, like, I was just watching anime earlier this morning.
Right.
And they, like, blink all the time.
I thought so, too.
I
thought that was
also thought
interesting.
so, but
You know, to be fair, we are watching Death Note, and they, like, don't blink in that show.
Yes,
That's-
we're watching Death Note right now. Alex and Hunter haven't seen it yet, so they have quite a... It's
Yeah.
going to be interesting for them.
Like, in Death Note, like, the older anime stuff, like, they don't blink, which is, like, a little unsettling, but...
Yeah, I thought it was more of like a comic book type thing because like obviously there's not really many like blinking, like maybe squinting or eyes closed.
I wonder why.
But it's not blinking because it's like static.
is on paper.
Alex. Okay, Alex. Alex is trying to fight. Those are fighting words. But yeah, like I don't know. And you also haven't seen Scott Pilgrim, so you just no opinion.
I
Sorry.
have not. I'm not really
Facts only.
I'm not really a big movie person,
Yeah.
so to say.
This episode is not for you.
It is not. for
No,
me.
it's really not. I love movies.
I really struggled to find a movie fact that I had actually watched because I'm more of like a show person,
Yeah, I
More
get
of-
that. I get that.
more of like a rom-com, show type of person. I love me some drama, but I love me some romance and comedy.
Uh-huh.
But like,
What's
I
your-
like the show format a lot better. They get to develop a lot more.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I see that. What's your favorite rom-com?
It's a little less of calm and more drama, but I would have
More
to
rom?
go more rom,
Uh-huh.
More rom than calm.
more rom
Yeah.
than calm with a little bit of drum.
Okay.
Chicago Fire.
Okay.
Have you
interesting.
ever?
I've heard of it. Like I know the premise, but I've never seen it.
I love that show.
What's your favorite rom-com, Hunter?
Titanic.
Titanic?
Yep. It's very funny.
It's my favorite comedy.
It is
Yeah.
not.
More comedy than an Adam Sandler movie.
You
And that's-
might be right about that.
That is actual factual.
Just the facts. All
That's
right.
fact.
All right. Okay, well, I've got a fact for you guys. All right. So, like E.T.,
Yep.
Yeah.
you know Poltergeist. Do you know of Poltergeist at least?
I know of Poltergeist.
Okay,
Never watched
that's
it.
fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, so they actually came from the same script, which I think is interesting because one's a children's movie and one's not, and then one's about like aliens and one's about like ghosts.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I would love to just like read like the initial like script of like how it started out. I think that's interesting. I don't know.
I would love to have a shirt with Hunter's face on it that just says "That's interesting."
That's interesting.
It is your catchphrase, you know.
Just the facts merch.
Oh. Anyways, Alex, what's your fact?
Okay, so as I said before, I really struggled to find a fact for a
Right.
movie that I
Yeah.
had watched, and I finally found one. The Hunger Games, right?
Uh-huh.
So apparently, actor Jennifer Lawrence, who played Katniss,
Uh-huh.
and actor Josh Hutcherson, PETA, were really good friends. And on set, Jennifer was like, "I bet I could kick over your head,
Uh-huh.
like a flying martial kick, like right over his head,
As you do.
as you do, boys being boys,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, she just kicked him in the head and gave him a concussion.
Oh my god.
Oh man, that's
And he had a concussion for like the rest of the filming of that
Oh
movie.
no.
Which, props to Josh, because I could never.
I
I'm
agree with
just
that.
bad with any type of damage to me, like if I get like
Yeah.
a paper cut,
I think you mean a paper cut.
a paper cut.
That's a fact.
If I get a paper cut, I'm out of the count. I get all dizzy.
Yeah. So we would like to shout out our friend Colin Arnett. He makes our intro and our outro. He's a music man.
A music boy.
A music boy. Yes, as some would say. So we just wanted to thank him and we appreciate him. Maybe he can make a guest appearance on our show.
He should.
Yeah, we'll call him. All right, anyway. So this has been Just the Facts with Chloe, Alex, and Hunter. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you for that fantastic segment. Next up is Dad Music.
Hello everyone, welcome to High Noon Friday. I'm Anika and this is Dad Music, the show where I review songs my dad tells me to listen to. Today we're bringing you songs from only one artist. Drum roll please. Gordon Lightfoot. He's a Canadian singer-songwriter known for his folk rock sound. Up first is a song from his 1970 album, Sit Down Young Stranger. Lightfoot filed a lawsuit against Michael Masser, a writer for Whitney Houston, in 1987. He claimed that Masser stole the melody of this song and used it in Houston's The Greatest Love of All. He later dropped the suit because he thought it was having a negative impact on Houston, even though his problem was with the writer, not her. Here is If You Could Read My Mind.
If you could read my mind, love, what a tale my thoughts could tell. Just like an old-time movie about a ghost from a wishing well, in a castle dark or a fortress strong with chains upon my feet. You know that ghost is me, and I will never be set free as long as I'm a ghost that you can't see.
That was If You Could Read My Mind. I've always liked the use of string instruments in this song. They really add to the somber feeling it creates. There's a line towards the end of the song that goes, I'm just trying to understand the feelings that you lack. This has been changed to be the feelings that we lack. This was at the suggestion of his daughter Ingrid. While a small change, it shows that both people were not perfect in the relationship. I really like it. 4 stars. Next is another favorite of mine. It reached number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. This song was used at the end of Season 1, Episode 13 of the popular TV show, The Blacklist. Afterward, it was 97 on the Amazon UK chart. This was the title song of Lightfoot's 1974 album. Here is Sundown.
I can see her lying back in her satin dress, in a room where you do what you don't confess. Sundown, you better take care if I find you've been creeping round my back stairs. Sundown, you better take care if I find you've been creeping round my back stairs.
That was Sundown. The best part of this song for me is the harmonies in the chorus. I think that they make the song sound more full. Hearing this song takes me back to sitting in the kitchen while dinner was being made, since that was a time my dad chose to bless us with his musical selections. As annoying as it was, and still kind of is, I've grown to love this song. 5 stars. Ending this episode is a song with a little bit of sass. This song is from Lightfoot's 1982 studio album, Shadows. The album failed commercially, but received overall positive reviews. This particular song peaked at number 6 on the Canadian Adult Contemporary chart. Here is Baby Step Back.
Now it looks to me like the same old place. In the sky it looks like rain. The same old town with the same old streets. My address has not changed. You can find me there with the door shut tight and the one wish that remains. Baby step back, baby baby step back, baby step
That was Baby Step Back. I really like the guitar parts in this song, especially the little solo towards the end. I also really like the harmony in the chorus. I think I'll be adding this to my road trip playlist later. I don't take road trips, but I like to imagine that maybe I could be the kind of person who does one day. 5 stars. That's all for today. Thanks for listening to this episode of Dad Music. Catch you later.
Thanks for that wonderful segment, Anika. Next up is the weekly chat with Spencer Eisenhauer.
Hello and welcome to the weekly chat. My name is Spencer Eisenhauer and I'll be your host. Today we're going to focus on space-time and Einstein's theory of general relativity. Now, space, like I said before, is a huge place. There are massive objects in space. Now, physicists figured out that there are 3 dimensions. Well, technically, there's actually 4. You heard of 3D, right? There's length, width, height, and there's a 4th one. It's not space, it's not time, but you guessed it, it's space-time. Now, when I first heard of space-time, it blew my mind, because this brings in Albert Einstein's theory of general relativity. Now, to give you a little more insight as to what the theory of general relativity is, here's Brian Greene, a theoretical physicist, during one of his talks.
In the spring of 1905, a storm broke out in the mind of Albert Einstein. At least that is how Einstein himself described it later in life. And the result of that storm of thinking is the special theory of relativity, a theory that completely transforms our understanding of space and time. When we look out at the universe, we recognize that there are a huge range of scales that constitute reality.
Now, Brian was basically saying that Albert Einstein proposed space-time, and that's the 4th dimension. And what's even crazier is that physicists think that there might be up to 10 dimensions. I'm not even going to dive into that today, for my sake and yours. Now, space-time is so interesting because it basically means everything in the observable universe, from stars to the movement of our hands, is moving through space-time. If you have time, and if you have space, and if you have an object moving through that, that's space-time. So say you take your hand up by your head, and you move it 1 foot away from your face. Think about it. It takes time to do that. It takes space to do that. The same thing goes for the movement of stars, planets, and everything else, literally everything else in the observable universe. Gravity plays a huge role as well. If you look at space in a grid, you would see the grid bends around our Earth. Now, this isn't any matrix stuff, even though it does kind of look like it. It's just basically saying you have a massive, heavy object, and it's occupying space, and it's moving through space, therefore occupying time. Now let's take something a little smaller. A photon shot out from our sun. So a photon is basically a light particle that's moving at about 600 million miles an hour. So this photon from the sun reaching Earth takes about 8.5 minutes, and it's moving through space-time. Now, like I said before, in our Earth example, it takes up and makes a dent in space. Even though it's incredibly small, it still takes up space and it still occupies time. Now, here's where things get a little weird. Wormholes. Now, wormholes can be closely associated with black holes because a lot of theorists think that on the other side of a black hole is, well, a white hole. Now, a white hole is basically all that matter that is sucked in through a black hole. You could also classify this as a wormhole, but a wormhole is basically connecting 2 points in space. So say, for example, we're here on Earth and we wanted to get to Sagittarius A star, which is the supermassive black hole in the center of our galaxy. This would literally bend space to make the trip shorter. Take a piece of paper, for example. You have one end of the piece of paper and you have the other end. If you bend the two in half, connecting the two ends into a closer time, it takes a shorter distance to cross. So this is why maybe in the future we could possibly use wormholes to travel vast distances. That's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for tuning into the weekly chat. Stay tuned for another episode next week. You're listening to 88.9 WCBF, the campus and community voice of Fredonia, and 89.5 WDVL, the Inferno, right here on High Noon Friday. And until next time, I'll talk to you then.
Thanks for the segment. Now let's bring it back to Topher with the international news.
A fun national story this week. An Ohio police officer responded to a resident's home to remove a raccoon found sleeping in the dishwasher after it broke in through a small bathroom light and ransacked the kitchen. The Northridge Police Department said the, quote, masked bandit broke into the home, trashed the kitchen, and, quote, took a well-deserved nap in the home's dishwasher, where it was found by a resident. Patrolman John Mezzo, nicknamed the department's absurd animal call officer, after previous encounters with a kangaroo and a cow, responded to the home to remove the invading rodent. The raccoon was safely removed from the home without injury, the department said.
Thanks for the updates. Finally, we have something special for you all that are listening. It's time for Trivia Slightly After 12. On this segment, we test the minds of students here on Fredonia's campus for the chance to win glorious prizes. This week, we have some wonderful contestants ready to win big by answering some questions. Why don't you introduce yourselves?
Hi, I'm Cascio, and I'm here to take down the High Wizard Jackson.
We can certainly try.
And hi, I'm Sara, and I'm here to just continue to show how big of a Marvel nerd I am.
How big of a Marvel nerd are you?
There's not a big enough synonym for big
Not-
to describe
How
big of a nerd I am.
Do you know any not Marvel synonyms, do you know any synonyms for the word big?
Gigantic,
Okay.
enormous.
Okay.
Do you want me to keep going?
Because those are two synonyms. You said there were none.
That's not what I said. I meant there. Okay, you know what? Never mind. Please cut this out.
Nope. Stay
Ignore
in.
Jackson. Always
Alright.
ignore Jackson. Alright, you guys know the drill. First one to raise their, well, not raise their hand. First one to say your name after the question is read will be able to take a shot at answering the question. Each question's worth a point, and at the end of the game, the person with the most amount of points will be declared the winner. As we know, we talked about it before, this week's category is superheroes. So that is encapsulating of everything, not just Marvel, Sarah. So, here we go.
Alright, you're first, man. You read the first question of the week.
Alrighty, folks. This is the first question. What is the name of the newspaper that Peter Parker works for in Spider-Man? Is it
Sarah.
1?
Oh, she buzzed in.
Oh, she buzzed in. Go for it.
Oh wait, I didn't know we were reading the.
I mean, she
answer
did.
part. I mean, I can answer.
Do it.
Go for it.
It is the Daily Planet.
No!
Wait a second.
It is not, you
you've
fool.
answered it. No,
It is
you've answered
Superman.
it. You've answered it.
So that's a false answer, so...
That is a false answer.
Don't
The
apologize
answer's
to
not
me.
Yeah, don't.
Well, no, you can't change your
Alright,
answer.
Koss.
It's
No,
over.
this is Koss's turn. Koss. The choices are the Daily Planet, the City Gazette, the Daily Bugle, or the Weekly Roundup.
Why did you say it like that?
What do you
I
mean?
would like to choose the Daily Bugle.
That is correct.
That is correct. I don't know what you meant by say it
Is
like
it
that.
A, B, C, or D?
I just put inflection on it because that's the second to last one.
Oh, yeah, sure.
All
Alright.
I did.
We have Mega
All right.
Marvel Nerd Sarah with 0 points.
I am literally about to leave because I can't do this.
No.
Cassio's on the board with
I
1.
really know that, and it's just been a long day. Let me just put it that way. It's been a really long day, and I am going to punch myself forever for this one. But I swear I knew that. Oh my gosh.
Well, let's see if you know question number 2's answer. In the Marvel Universe, Lean, the acronym SHIELD stands for what? Is it A, Superhero Intergalactic Earth Law Division, B, Superhuman Intelligence...
Well, you really want to buzz in, or do you want to hear them all
I
out?
do.
She buzzed in already.
Okay.
I swear I know this one. Okay, SHIELD stands for Strategic Homeland Intervention Enforcement Logistics Division.
Look at that.
Do you remember that one, but not the Daily Bugle?
Well done, well done. That is correct.
Daily Bugle. I
That
had a brain fart. Okay.
That was
Because
good.
I can't even tell you what the hell that SHIELD thing is. Without looking at a list of it, I could not.
Yeah. I redeemed myself. There we go.
I don't know about that. Daily Bugle's classic.
Well, I don't know about that, but hey, at least I still proved that I know my
That
stuff.
All right,
Yeah,
it's
that
1
was
all
pretty
on
good.
the board.
More questions. Question number 3. What planet was the Silver Surfer from? Was it Platina, Pluto, Jupiter, or Zenla? Thinking hard over here. Thinking about it. All right. It's not a race, folks. Cascio.
D.
Zenla is correct. Whoa! Woo! Surfer originated from Zenla, everyone.
Because we all love this Silver Surfer.
Everyone knows the Silver Surfer and is not just a fan from the hit movie Fantastic Four.
2.
Rise of the Silver Surfer.
Oh,
With
man.
Mr. Chris Evans.
Oh boy.
As Johnny Flame Man.
He's definitely
Flame
more
Man
captain
and
than Johnny Storm. So.
All
right. So, also,
Question
before we
number 4.
start on this next question, let me preface and say this is Jackson's interpretation of.
Nope.
this
These
question.
are all facts that I'm about to read
No.
to you. This
Oh,
is
boy.
literally 100% fact.
Are you sure?
I
I
disagree
am
with it.
certain. You cannot disagree with facts, Matthew. This is
I can
fact.
disagree with whatever I want.
This is fact. Are we ready?
Yes.
In 2011, the Broadway spectacle Spider-Man: Turn Off the Dark premiered after countless delays and mishaps. It had 182 previews, holding the record for the longest preview period in a show in Broadway history. The production closed in early 2014 after several trashed reviews, 3 Spider-Man recasts, and 6 injuries of production members. The show is the most expensive Broadway production in history, and came nowhere close to making back its production costs. The question of the hour: what was its budget? Is it A, $6 million, B, $12 million, C, $54 million, or D, $75 million?
Bunch of large numbers on the board. Wonder which one they're gonna pick, Jackson. I wonder.
Can.
I think Cascio beat me.
Well,
No.
I was gonna ask if you could just repeat the answers.
Sure. 6 million, 12 million, 54 million, or 75 million?
They're thinking really hard on this one too. They've been thinking really hard.
All right, I'll
Cascio.
give a guess.
Oh. Sarah did say some words first, so I'm gonna get.
She
to
didn't
Sarah.
say her name. She has to say her name. That's the rule.
Okay.
Oh. All right. Yeah, we
We'll play.
follow the
We'll
rules
play
of the show.
verbal rock paper scissors to decide who gets the answer first.
All right. Just
All right.
say one.
Instead of shoot, just say whatever you're gonna do. So, for example, if Matt and I were gonna play, we'd say rock
Paper.
paper scissors. No, you
Oh.
have to do the okay. So
Okay.
rock paper scissors scissors.
Paper.
I win.
That's not fair.
Okay.
Okay,
So
okay.
now you two do it.
Okay.
Rock,
ready?
paper, scissors.
Rock.
Okay, this isn't gonna work.
Wait, I was so confused. I didn't know Matt was gonna do that.
Yeah,
All
let
right,
them
no.
do it. They're playing.
Fine.
Okay, ready? Rock, paper, scissors, paper.
Paper.
Oh.
Oh.
Well.
Oh.
Do it again.
No.
Okay. Rock, paper, scissors.
Scissors.
Oh my god.
Oh man! One more time.
I'm giving them each a point for tying 3 times in a row.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Paper.
Oh.
There we
With
go.
Sarah. Sarah, it's your guess.
I'm going to go with C.
$54 million?
Yes.
That is incorrect.
Cascio.
Chance
Your
to
turn
steal.
to steal.
I'll go for 75 million.
$75 million is correct.
Yes. To put it in perspective.
Really?
Yeah, to put it in perspective, a normal Broadway musical usually runs around $2 to $3 million. They went
Oh my
$73 million over
The
budget.
higher end ones are $6 to $8 million.
Wow.
Yes. So that's
insane.
Yeah.
The music for the
And-
show was written by Bono and The Edge.
The music in the show was fantastic. No one can say otherwise. It was
I
a
can.
great show.
I
No,
like
well, you're
one
just-
song, and I only know one song from the show.
We can have another conversation off the air about it. That's fine. Anyway,
You're certainly
the
welcome to
next
try.
question. Question number 5. Michael Jackson wanted to purchase Marvel Comics back in the 1990s. Why? Was it A, he wanted to publish a Michael Jackson comic book? B, he wanted to see what was going to happen next in his favorite comics? C, he wanted to play Spider-Man in the movies? Or D, he wanted to dictate where the comics were going to go in the future?
Cascio.
Cascio.
I'm gonna say he wanted to play Spider-Man.
That's correct.
Let's go.
Are you
Yeah. He wanted to purchase the entire company just so he can play one role.
He legit,
Spider-Man.
he was, like, I found a quote about it earlier. It said, yeah, he wanted to buy Marvel Comics. He was very adamant about it, but he was not prohibited. I mean, he was prohibited from doing it. Don't know exactly why, but he was always very adamant about it.
That's insane.
He's kind of
Yeah.
All right, question number 6. This is a DC question, so hopefully we can figure this answer out. The modern Green Lanterns, such as Hal Jordan and John Stewart, have a weakness to the color yellow, which represents fear. However, Alan Scott, the Golden Age Green Lantern, had a different weakness. What was that Green Lantern's weakness? Is it A, red, B, wood, C, extreme cold, or D, long-haired cats?
Sarah.
Did you say Sarah?
Sarah.
I did say Sarah.
What did you say, Sarah?
I'm going to take a guess because I honestly am not sure, but I'm going to go with wood.
Wood is correct.
Yay!
Wood. What a guess. What a guess on your part.
It's because he has like a different type of lantern ring. It's more magical, and his connection to green is that it's of natural life or something like that. So he can't like manipulate plant matter.
Interesting.
There's quite the funny quip on The Big Bang Theory where Rajesh Koothrappali says that he could take out both Green Lanterns with a number 2 pencil. It's pretty great.
That's awesome.
Really glad we included that.
It's a good
Question
line.
7. I know. Question 7. This is going to be a question that's a little confusing, but I'll explain afterwards.
How is that
What
confusing?
color- Well, no. Because, like, all right, whatever. I'm just going to say it and then I'll explain it. What color is Robin's cape? You know, Batman's sidekick.
Yes.
Is
Wasn't
it
sure if you meant
black?
Robin from the famous restaurant Red Robin.
Is it black? Is it green? Is it yellow? Or is it red?
Just to be clear, we're talking about Batman's Robin, right?
Sarah.
Yes.
Sarah
not-
busted.
Oh, Sarah, yes.
Okay, can you read them quick? I think I'm gonna go with green.
Green is
It
false.
is not green.
That might be right though, actually. Now that I think
I
about
feel
it.
like there's definitely a part.
It is not.
I feel like there's incarnations of Robin with like every color here.
Honestly,
We're looking this up. We're looking this up.
There's a lot of
So
green on his
we'll-
costume, but looking more closely at it, I've yet to find a green cape.
Yes.
So,
So
yes, that answer is wrong, unfortunately. But I do know where
yeah,
you're coming
that
from.
answer is wrong. I will take 2 answers for this. Actually, looking it up.
Oh, of course, but not green.
Did you not look
Not
at his
green.
cape before you wrote the
No,
question?
no, I did, but it's weird. The one thing that I
Ah,
forgot
found a
to
green
include
cape
was
one. It's from New
original.
52.
All right. Well, yeah. The thing that I forgot to include is the original Robin cape. So I'm gonna give myself a -5 dumb points.
Okay,
So-
I'm changing the question.
Okay.
Which? Okay, hang on. Give me 2 seconds.
The original
Do I
original
get to
Robin
answer
cape.
again then?
You both get a point because Matt is stupid.
Because I'm dumb. I get myself -5 dumb points. The original Robin's cape color, by the way, was yellow. Everyone thought it was black, but it was yellow. It's kind of like I forget what you call it, but like you know how everyone thought that Monopoly Man had a monocle, but he didn't.
It's not a Mandela effect.
It is a Mandela.
No.
The superhero Mandela.
I'm asking a question that I just came up with. Which of the following names are not an incarnation of Robin? Is it A, Tim Drake, B, Wally West, C, Dick Grayson, or D, Jason Todd?
Cascio.
Cascio.
B.
Wally West?
Wally West.
Accurate. That's correct.
I was gonna say that.
That's
He's
Kid
the
Flash.
Kid Flash, yeah.
I was very confident about that one. All right.
Question
Jack-
number 8. What is the name of Raven's demon father? Raven from the Teen Titans, which is another DC property. Very sorry, that's 3 in a row. Rough. Is it A,
Gosh.
Mephisto, B, Asmodeus, C, Trigon, or D, Sabak?
Cascio.
Cascio.
Trigon.
It is Trigon.
Ooh, Cassio's on a roll right now.
It is 4 to
Cassio knowing
8.
A lot of the DC trivia.
Let's see.
Okay.
The next 2 are Marvel based.
Yes.
They are Marvel based, yes. We have some pretty fun ones after that too. Question number 9. Deadpool, the vigilante Deadpool, has a fear of what?
Oh, I thought you meant like the restaurant Deadpool.
You and your restaurants.
Why do you have to keep clarifying? We're talking about superheroes. And he's like, Robin, the guy who works with Batman. Deadpool, the vigilante. Iron Man, the Avenger. Batman, not the country in Turkey. Or the city in Turkey, I should say.
Number 9. A fear of what? Is it snakes? Is it the dark? Is it statues? Or is it cows?
Sarah.
Sarah!
Okay, I'm not totally sure because I don't know Deadpool as well as some other heroes, but I'm gonna say the dark.
False.
It is not the dark.
Incorrect.
Cascio. Deal.
Chance.
Cascio.
Deadpool's kind of a funny guy, so I'm going to say cows.
That's correct. He does in fact have a fear of cows, also known as bovinophobia, which according to Deadpool, cows scare the out of him as he believes their stares are chilling, like they're just waiting for you. That's it. That's Deadpool.
Why am I doing terrible? This is making me upset. This is not fun. This is fun.
Hey, listen. We always have a chance to come back because there's always hidden points. You can always get some hidden points along the way. Like I got some negative dumb points. Those were bad negatives.
Question number 10. What color was the Hulk originally supposed to be before he was green? Is it A, red, B, purple, C, orange, or D, gray?
Sarah.
Sarah.
Gray.
Gray is correct.
Yes.
They had a
I did
copyright
know that
dispute
one.
with Grey's Anatomy, though, so they had to change it. I'll give you a bonus point if you know why he was gray.
Is it because they... Well, like, wasn't he gray in the comic? Are you talking...
Why did
Wasn't he
they
gray in the
want to make
comics?
him gray?
In the comics or, like,
Comics.
in the TV shows? Because they probably didn't have as much... I don't know, did they not have as much color, like, access to color printing in the comics? Okay.
It's a decent idea, though. I originally thought it was because it was cheaper, but they actually wanted to make sure that he didn't identify with any ethnic groups. Because if he transformed and turned a specific color, people would be like, "Hey, that's, you know."
Yeah.
And then the colorist came forward and was like, "Gray's boring. Let's make him green." And it was originally like a darker green, but then they transformed him into like a mutant lime greenish that we see today. So yeah, that's the fun fact of the day. Question 11. In the comic, let me repeat that. In the comic special, Batman / Captain America, the Joker stole an atomic bomb from a villain by the name of Red Skull, but he changed his mind in giving it to him. For what reason? Was it A, he was going to kill... Cascio.
Is it because Joker hates Nazis?
That
Joker
is
hates
correct.
Nazis is correct. The Joker doesn't like Nazis. We're gonna send you a
It's in
photo.
the station.
Yes.
Is it really?
Yes, there's the photo.
Oh, wait. I think I remember now.
The quote from the
Joker said-
comic is specifically, "You mean that's not some crazy disguise? I've been working with a Nazi? That mask may be cutting off some of the oxygen to your brain. I may be a criminal lunatic, but I'm an American criminal lunatic. Get back, boys. This creep is mine."
Oh my gosh.
A villain with some morals behind him. Alrighty. Last question.
At U Victoria, a Canadian college.
Wait. Before you finish, we have to say the standings right now.
I
This
don't
is
know
the last
if I know
question.
the standings.
It is 5-9 in favor of Cascio.
We can't.
Alrighty.
Really? Is he really
5
that
to
bad?
9.
Darn.
There's gonna be another question that's going to be a little bit difficult. We made it as the tiebreaker.
It can still break the tie.
Yes, we could do that.
At University of Victoria Canadian College, they offer a class called The Science of Batman, which talks about what? Is it A, the ethics and justice of Batman? B, human physical conditioning using Batman as a reference? C, social issues that are found in the real world used in Batman lore? Or D, writing techniques used in Batman that popularized the comic?
Cascio.
Writing techniques?
False.
It is not. Sarah, you have a chance to steal.
Could you read the first three one more time?
The ethics of justice in the realm of Batman. Human physical conditioning using Batman as a reference. Social issues that are found in the real world used in Batman lore. Or writing techniques, which is false.
I kind of honestly want to say D because it's science and so.
Hey, listening.
There it
Well done.
is.
Active
Nice.
listening. I noticed that as I was reading the answers.
It's
Oh, so
a-
I'm right. Woo.
Yes, it is
According
human
to the
physical
website,
conditioning.
It is a phys ed class where you do some physical conditioning and you talk about how working out and physical pain endurance can also build muscle structure, which is crazy.
That is crazy.
I also want to just ask this last question, the tiebreaker question, because I love this question so much.
If you
had
get it
no idea
right, if you get it right, it may just break the tie. Just maybe.
It may just break the tie. You might get a special point. The tiebreaker question, well, in quote. Dog Welder is a crime fighter in the DC universe known for what? Is it A, using large packs of dogs to subdue his criminals? B, welding dead dogs to his enemies? C, using canine abilities to track down criminals and subdue them? Or D, having a dog body and a human head for his superpower?
Cascio.
Cascio.
D, locking it in.
It's not D. It is not D.
Sarah, if you get this correct, you may have a chance to pull ahead here.
Oh, this seems too obvious. So that makes me not. Can you read the choices again?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
A, using large packs of dogs to subdue criminals. B, welding dead dogs to his enemies. Or C, using canine abilities to track criminals down and subdue them.
Like his name's Dog Welder, so like B seems too obvious, but I guess I'll go with B because I don't know.
It is Dog Welder. He does weld dogs to people.
Oh my god.
He finds dogs in alleyways, kills them, and welds them to his enemies. There he is.
Dog Welder.
Dog Welder. And with that, Sarah gets an extra dead dog point. Write that down.
Oh no.
I am drawing a dead dog on my paper. Let's read this little comic. Yeah! Nice defense straighter. Dog Welder, watch your back. Ah! The hell's he doing?
He's welding a freaking dog to my face. That is a quote in the comic. And I have loved Dog Welder for about 4 hours since I first found out about him.
It's me, Dog Welder.
Dog Welder.
That's a horse.
All right, Jackson, what are the final standings?
We have Cascio with 9 points, and Sara with 6 points and a dead dog point. So you know who wins, Matt?
Who wins?
You tell me.
Oh! We forgot to mention Jackson at the end of it because he was the one doing the acting of all the comics. He gets the major acting point, which is 25 points. Jackson DiCarlo, you are the winner.
Yay.
Jackson, yes. Jackson DiCarlo. Coming in from the bottom, the underdog of it all.
The underdog welder? You mean?
The underdog,
welder.
Oh, no.
Sarah gets another dead dog point.
Still
How
not
much
enough
are
to
those
catch
dead
up
dog
to
points
Jackson.
worth?
Those are worth just an extra point. There's not enough to catch up to Jackson at this point. It was just too major.
Jeez.
But yes, congratulations, Jackson, for winning again, second time in a row this season.
Well,
I'll call
this
it.
season, yeah. It's quite a number long though. Otherwise.
Sara and Cascio coming in very close, but as we have said before, Jackson is just very good at trivia. So
I guess, yeah.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for joining us, folks. We appreciate you coming out, playing our
of
fun
course.
game.
Thank you
Of
for
course.
having us.
Yeah, glad to have you. You guys
Yeah.
learned a lot about
We did.
a lot of things.
Dogman,
A lot of
Dog
things.
Welder.
Definitely gonna be having
yeah.
nightmares tonight.
Jackson,
Jeez.
let's throw it back to those hosts that we know. Who are those guys again?
Can we really not think of any other bits? That wraps it up for this week's broadcast of High Noon Friday. Thank you for joining us, and make sure you tune in next week. Same time, same place. High Noon Friday has been brought to you on WCVF 88.9 FM The Voice and WDVL 89.5 The Inferno on the web.
Our producers and scriptwriters are the very handsome and charming and very cool dynamic duo, Matthew Gillespie and Jackson DiCarlo.
Okay.
All right, yeah, that's us. We changed the bit a bit. Sports are prepared and read by Josh Schmitt. News is read and prepared by Topher Elkins, and weather is prepared and read by Jules Hoepting. Tune in next week for another great edition for High Noon Friday. I'm Matt Gillespie.
And I'm Jackson DiCarlo. Thanks for listening. Make sure to tune in next week, same time, same place.
Bye-bye.
Bye.